Hey, what's going on, everyone? Younger and younger here. Hey, everyone, young and younger here. Just doing a quick solo episode. I got thinking just about just doing hard things, and I think life always brings you challenges, and I think fighting through them and doing hard things when you can. It's so good for the mind. And I think sometimes it's when we deal with fear or frustration, our brains are always telling us to take, the easy path, the easy road. And I just had a crazy experience right now, and I figured I'd just share a little bit. I've been just thinking about that kind of that next thing. I did my ruck, 75 miles. It was pretty awesome, and it's like, man, what's next? And what I'm thinking about, and one of the guys from the 70, actually the guy that's in charge of it, Terrence, he talked about jiu-jitsu, and he's also a lot of years sober, which is awesome. But I just had a quick story with jiu-jitsu, and just how the mind works and how crazy it is. So about 2 months ago, there's a place right by my house called Stoic, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do some jujitsu. And they had a 6 a.m. class, so I just went in there just to kind of check it out. I was on my way to the gym, and I go in there and I see guys, they call it rolling around, doing different moves, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy, And one of the guys came over and he's taking a break, and introduce him. He introduced himself to me, and I'm like, hey, how long you been doing this? And he's like, 2 weeks. And I was like, well, how do you get started? How do you do this? And he's like, you just go out there and learn and just start going. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. And so, anyways, I watched for a little bit, went to the gym, and it was always in my mind, like, man, it just seems hard. It seems so fun, but super scary, super. Yeah, I was just scared to do it, and so I was looking at it, researching, and uh, once I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this. So I go on the app, I sign up, and I said, hey, I'm going to do is I sign up for a class, and then it was like 3 days from now, and then the next day I canceled the class. I was like, oh, I was too scared. I didn't want to do it, and canceled the class. And I was like, oh man. And then the next day I signed up for another class, and then about an hour later I canceled that class too. And I was like, man, I was just, I'm scared to get hurt. um, I don't know what I'm getting into. My mind is just telling me, like, man, Mark, like, you always get injured. You're that guy. Like, don't do it. There's so many unknowns. Like, you're too old for it. Like, just don't do it. And so I signed up again, and then, man, a stupid thing got in my brain again. The weakness, the fear, the frustration, just like, so I canceled for the third time. And the third time, the actually the owner, from Stoic, he actually texted me. He's like, hey, saw that you signed up and canceled 3 classes. Can I give you any insight or answer any questions? And it was really funny. I actually texted him like, "Hey, I'm really sorry. My we'll say the bad word voice. My bad word voice got in my head and didn't allow me to push myself to actually show up." And and he kind of talked me through. He's like, "Well, that's valid, and." But I've been working really hard to try to have more of a, again, a boss voice, like just go after it voice. And I couldn't get myself to do that for jujitsu. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. And, whether it's cold plunging, whether it's asking a girl out, whether it's having a hard conversation with somebody, we just can't take that step. And so I ended up doing a private lesson with him. And, it was great, slow, my jam, really kind of hands off. We actually kind of sat there, and just talked a lot and asked a lot of questions, how it is. And we didn't do much interaction of actually physically. He showed me a couple things, and that was it. And I was cool with that. Um, and so, like I said, that was about a month and a half ago. And there's just something in my head for this last month that's just like, Mark, like, I know that you really want to do that. Why don't you just do it? Why don't you just jump, go full send, just jump, just go do it. And I just been going back and forth. And, just like the things that I've changed in my life, whether it's being closer to God, stopping alcohol, the best thing that I've been able to do is like kind of put myself out there and put some accountability out there. And so I did that. I shared with a couple friends that, you know what, I'm going to do some jujitsu and I'm going to do it. And today I had all excuses not to. I was up in Dallas. Got up at 5 in the morning. I got a full good chest and back workout with one of my friends, Daniel. And then I had a meeting all day in Dallas, which was a great, fantastic meeting. After that, I drove straight here. It said I was going to get to my house at 5:40, get some time to kind of change, maybe get something to eat. Well, the time just kept going up and up and up. And lo and behold, I'm supposed to be at my house at 6:20, and jiu-jitsu started at 6:30. And I just said, man, I think I'm going to cancel. It's too hard. It's too tired. I'm too tired. And there's at some point where I'm like, man, do I drive and hit the right and go to jujitsu, or do I just keep going straight and go home? And that split second to me in my heart telling me, you know what, Mark, like these are those hard moments. These are those times where you make that decision and you just go and do it. And you don't know what you're getting into. You don't know how hard it's going to be. But don't allow fear to make decisions for you. Let your heart make decisions for you. And I got in there super scared. Today was called No Gi Day. So you don't wear gi, you just wear athletic shirt, athletic shorts. And in the normal classes are an hour. The one I signed up for today was an hour and a half. And today I was the only one. That it was the first day. And I don't even know, when you wear the gi, I guess, you can see everybody's belts, what rank they are, all that. I had no idea. All I knew was like, hey, I'm a new guy. Be nice to me. Uh, take care of me. Don't hurt me. And but what I learned, man, we spent an hour focusing on certain tactics and moves, and I can't tell you how much it got my mind thinking about. It's like chess. It was like strategic and just little tweaks of how you move your hands, how you move your shoulders, how you set your weight. Like my mind was just spinning and learning and growing, and I couldn't think about anything else. I wasn't thinking about what I'm going to eat for dinner. I wasn't thinking about what time I got to go to bed. I wasn't thinking about what I got to do tomorrow. It's just like, man, I was in the zone, in the heat of it. And I learned so much, and I was so into it, and it was so awesome. And I never would have had that feeling if I kept going straight instead of taking the right turn to the right place to try something new and to get that fear out of me. And um, we spent the last half hour rolling, which is basically trying to choke each other out, trying to put somebody in an armbar, trying to get somebody to tap. And what I hear about jiu-jitsu is when you're a new guy like me, you're just trying to live. You're just trying to live for your life. And just like that guy told me that as his first 2 weeks, that's all I did was just try to protect myself. And that's all. That's it. And I got choked out I think about 3 or 4 times. And everybody there was so cool and so awesome. But I can tell you, there's one time I didn't get it. I didn't get any chokes, but there was a time where I could take what I learned in just that 1 hour, and I was able to focus on it, and actually in real time against a real man was able to almost put it on there. And of course, I didn't finish it, but it just made me realize, like, man, your mind, it's limitless. There's so many possibilities, and you never would have known that if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't try to do the hard thing. And fear is always going to tell you, like, dude, sleep in. It's cool. Hey, don't read the Bible. It'll be there for you tomorrow. You know what? It's okay. You don't need to go to the gym. Don't worry about it. hey, you know what, man, a donut would be great for breakfast right now. Like, it's always going to give you the easy way. And just know, like, that's fear, but you're in control. I'm in control. All because of God is giving us that opportunity to be in control of our own lives and our own decisions with His glory. And it's like, man, just know, like, I never thought I would do jujitsu. That's crazy. And I'm freaking beat up. I can't believe how sore I am. And so I walk up to the guy at the end, thank him. Super awesome. And again, the accountability is for me. I'm all in, right? So I already purchased a gi, and he said, "Hey, I saw you ordered it yesterday. I put a patch on it, but it's at my house. Are you coming tomorrow?" You know, and in that moment, in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to come tomorrow. I can barely walk out of here. There's no way. And in my mind, that split second was fear. That was fear saying, you know what, Mark, you should come tomorrow. Don't just take the easy way out. Don't tell him no, you'll come in next week. And he's like, so you're gonna be at my, are you gonna come to the 6 a.m. class tomorrow, or tell me when you're next? And he was open. He's totally cool with my decision. And oh, you know what? And I'm off tomorrow. I don't even need to wake up early. And I was like, I'll be there at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So I'll be there at 6 a.m. I'll give you guys another update. Again, I'm super sore, but you can do anything. It is limitless. Don't be held back by those thoughts in your head that just excuse things. Be disciplined. Have that mindset. And worst case, just turn right and go in there and just see. Go act and just see what happens. And it could be completely unknown. You could not know anything that's going on. You have no idea. You could be driving in the dark. You could be walking into the unknown, but believing in Him and not allowing fear to control your mind and using your heart to make that hard decision. I'm not practicing smiling. This is just awesome. And you can do it too. And I love just to share my story. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for everyone that's watching. All I would like to do is just get my information out there, and just share these cool fun things and the road that I'm on. So I appreciate it. Young and Younger out.